Me and my friends have been too busy bathing off the southern coast of St. Bart's with spider monkeys for the past 2 weeks. Tripping on acid changed our whole perspective on shit.
Welcome to Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and Mike, coming back from Mexico, Crawford. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, bro? I wish I was coming back from Mexico right now.
No, you're just the guy holding the flag. Welcome home.
Oh, welcome home. If they paid me $70,000 to do that, I'd do it.
That is the weirdest number. And what kind of rate is that? Is that a daily rate, an annual rate? What? I don't understand.
Annual rate.
Okay.
$70,000 a year. I'd do that. I'd stand out there and do that for $8 a day.
I don't know that they get paid though.
No, they ain't.
I think they're just American enthusiasts.
I wouldn't do it for free, and I get to pick my hours.
Well,
I only want an 8-hour shift, and I want one in which I can still work a regular day job.
Okay, so you want to get paid $70,000 per year to hold? Yeah. Are we an American flag at the Mexican border saying welcome?
No.
What are you doing?
The video I saw was just a black, like they be doing for the, the people that do the bullshit. Like you're trying to get the bull's attention, like those type of flags.
Matadors?
But this one was black. There you go. Matadors. That's their name.
Okay, so it was just a black piece of fabric that they were waving.
Yeah.
What is that? What's the significance of that?
I mean, they were saying welcome home. I mean, they were saying welcome back. Welcome to America.
What, did you John Boy the thing? Like, was it like lip reading? How is
It's a video. Somebody who was coming that I know but follow on Instagram.
But was it their words were welcome back? Their sign was welcome back? I'm confused.
They were saying it as they did this. Like you can hear
but that's what I'm saying. It's like
America.
They're just, they're like.
I said they're saying welcome to America.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. If you're driving by, how do you know what they're saying?
Because they video recorded it and I could hear them.
That seems like a stupid job. I don't think that's a real job, Mike.
That's why I was asking you this. We brought it up randomly on the pod today, but I literally just asked you that.
I don't think it's a job, though. I don't think it's a job. And I don't know the significance of a black flag and just saying welcome back. How do you even know that it's not their first time? And what's with the black flag? That doesn't seem very welcoming. That's like death is upon you. I mean, it's kind of apropos. But at the same
time, black outfits on, like Matadors, and they had a black flag.
Matadors don't wear black outfits necessarily.
It's the same type of outfit. It was just color black. That type of outfit.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to make a statement. I don't know that it was like a government official saying, "Hey, buddies, have a good time in the good old U.S. of A."
I don't know that they were actually being paid to do it. They could have been some random dude
that seems more cultish than welcoming.
They could have been some random dude just out there wanting to take a day and do this at the San Diego border. But if it is a job and if they can give me the 8 hours like in the middle of the night, I'd definitely take it for $70,000 a year. I'd stand.
Those are called coyotes.
What?
We already did this. We already established how we would sneak people in. Those are the only people that are at the border at night, Mike, are the people that are helping sneak in or something.
This was not at night.
I know, but you said you wanted your shift to be at night. Nobody's going to see somebody dressed in black, especially a black dude, sorry for revealing your identity, waving a black flag in the middle of the night at the Mexican border. Do you understand how silly that would be? And you want to get paid $70,000? You don't even want to get paid above average. You want to get paid like a McDonald's manager for this position. This makes no sense.
I'm going to treat it like a McDonald's manager position. I'm going to
sit in the chair and do nothing.
Duh. Sit in the chair, do nothing, probably never wave the flag and just sit out there and watch people come back to America. And if you're not American, you could probably come in too, because who the fuck am I? I can't stop.
Maybe it was a McDonald's manager, just like, we knew you'd be back. Go on to McDonald's. Welcome back. They're saying welcome back to McDonald's, not America.
No, the people that were coming back were people I know, like personally, that are from my side of town. They just happened they went to Mexico, went to Cali, drove to Mexico, and were driving back to like their hotel. Like just regular people. They just happened to be recording the whole thing, and they recorded them. And as they drove past, they were saying, "Welcome back to America." I'm like, bro, I've never seen this. I never drove from Cali to Mexico though, so I don't know. That's why I asked you, the dude who's been living in Cali for 40 years.
Yeah, but I don't go work at the Mexican border. There's a difference.
Well,
I did do something similar though recently.
So you've never driven to Mexico all these years you lived in Cali?
No.
Oh, I think the girl's done it though, right?
I don't know.
Oh, at least I know I've heard a story of the one girl doing it. I can't speak for Dallas.
No.
I don't say her name on the show because I respect her.
No. My girl went on a cruise, but I don't know that it was like drive down there or anything. But I did something similar to the Mexican, what do you call that? Greeter?
Mm-hmm.
Is I was a valet drop-off at my son's school. So I was, handling kids in the morning, ate my edible, and just went about my day. So hang on, let me make this clear though. Valet, not as in like I'm driving these kids around, okay? I drove my son to school. I dropped him off. I took the edible out of my pocket. I put it in my mouth. And then I walked over to the front gate. And as the cars drive up for the drop-off line, you just open the door, let the kid out so they don't bang into anything because kids are idiots. You close the door and then the parent drives away. It's mindless. You say hello. You just got to be friendly to people and open the door. That's all it is.
So I have multiple questions about this. First of all, are you school designated to do this?
Yes.
Like, are these okay? So these parents are expecting someone to be in this position.
Yes. I didn't just randomly walk up like, "Hey, baby, let me talk to your kid."
I was going to ask you. My second question was, how many people pulled out a gun? Because, bro,
no. It's all coned off, and it's like there's other parents standing up. We have to.
Which is why I asked the first question first instead of the second question first. Because if some weirdo walked up to my car and opened my door for my kid, it would startle the fuck out of me.
Although I did, I'm a friendly person, so I did make sure to greet every parent and kid and say, like, have a good day, blah, 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 whatever. So that took some parents aback, like, the fuck is this person doing? I'm like, oh, being friendly in the morning, sorry. Have a good day.
Yeah. I tell my employees, don't talk to me before 11. Fuck that.
Before 11. Oh my gosh. You're just a true.
I mean, work doesn't start till 9. I need 2 hours to get my life together before you come ask me questions or bother me.
Yeah, that is true. As like a manager, it's like, I have a job too. Don't just walk in with problems. You should have something to do for the first 2 hours as well. Your day shouldn't stop before it starts. I get that. But it was kind of nice though. It's like I figured out the little routine. Because like, edibles take a little while to kick in, and I'm only there for 15 minutes. So it's kind of like, as I'm leaving, I'm feeling good about what I just did, and then I got a little extra pep in my step from the edible. It was nice. Just kind of like, I could do drop-off, man. Drop-offs are cool.
Well, that was going to be my next question. This seems like a pretty decent thing to do for people in the morning. Do you get to do it more than once, or is this the whole school thing, so you're probably not getting a second chance?
No. They ask people to sign up for it, and it's like, your kid's class is this week. Please sign up for pickup or drop-off. But here's the thing. I'm not signing up for pickup because, number one, I can't edible at that time, which is that's a bummer to be around that many kids and not be high. And, because I got to drive my kid. If I don't have to drive my kid, then edible in the morning. We're on easy street. Go to the gym, work it out, have some laughs. Just a good old day. It's not, listen, that's not as egregious as my son was in a basketball rec league a few years ago, and one of the coaches, like, you could just tell this dude was bombed when he walked in. Like, didn't smell like it, which was nice. That was good. That was a nice tactic. I appreciate that because he was the kid's coach. Not our coach, a different team's coach. If he was our coach, I'd have had a conversation with him. It was a different team's coach. We're playing a game, and he's got a giant bag of fruit. Giant bag, like a see-through plastic bag, like a grocery-sized bag of just fruit. And at one point during the game, in the first half, dude takes a timeout, doesn't talk to the kids, walks over, eats like 4 pieces of fruit, doesn't offer any to the kids, and then time in. Okay, let's go. Let's play ball, boys. I'm like, all right. That's a little over the top. I didn't go that far.
Oh man, hey yo. Now that I think about it, I want to know if my coaches were high when I was playing sports.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
They probably were. They probably were smoking shit more.
How many times did you play a sport when you were high?
I was done playing sports when I started getting high. Sorry to say. No, I wasn't completely done. I played one more year of high school basketball, which was because I started getting high probably 14, 15.
Okay.
And I played freshman basketball. And but I never got high, like, because I would leave school and go straight to my games. So I was never high for the game.
Got you.
I was high for one game maybe because we got out of school early and then we had to go back for the game. So you had time to get high. And if you smoked weed during the day, but in 9th grade, we didn't have all campus, so it was hard to smoke weed during the day. So no, I don't think I played any actual like rec league, like high school sports. Now, when I was playing 17 and under with the rec league, and we only had games on Saturdays, and it didn't mean shit. It was rec league. I was high every game. I'd probably be getting out the 17. I don't think I was driving yet. So getting off the bus or with one of my homies, fucking smoking on the way. Like, this shit.
Well, yeah, that was the move always. It was just like you have a blunt rolled up in your pocket, whatever, take the bus to the fucking mall or whatever the destination was. And then you would smoke from the bus stop to wherever the destination was on your walk, because it was usually about a half mile to a mile. And then it's like, bang, you're good.
They would smell me coming at like the high school basketball games, though.
Yeah, we used to. I didn't play high school sports, but a lot of my friends did, and like all different kinds of sports. And so it was kind of like towards the end, like junior, senior year, it was just like, just go sit on the other side of the bleachers, please. You know, it's just like, we know you're going to be here. You're not disruptive, but come on, man. It's just like, sorry. All I had was a foil pipe and all this stress, baby.
It used to be like, you know, back then, like your 9th, 10th grade years, you're still trying to keep it respectful with your teacher. So if you see your teacher when you come in, you're like, once you get to like the 11th grade and shit don't really, it's like.
Well, there was one teacher, I always didn't really care because I would just like, the curriculum was just not for me, really. And so there was one teacher that I really respected, and I went into her class high once, and I felt so bad. She looked at me and was like, oh, like, I didn't think you would. And so I just like put my head down and went to sleep for that period, and I felt so bad, and I never did that to her again because I felt bad. I felt like we had one of those things where it was like, I didn't do the homework. She was a history teacher. We called her Scammy the Commie. She's fantastic. So I didn't do any of the homework, but she also wasn't big on homework. She was like, if you understand the curriculum, then you're good. So I would just take the tests and, you know, try not to bother the class. We would have discussions about history or like whatever after for like 5-10 minutes from time to time. Be like, hey man, you didn't tell that whole story, or what's up with this part? And we would have little chats, and she's like, okay, I'll take that as an oral report. This will make up for those 6 assignments you didn't do. Bang. I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you very much. So I felt bad about her, but other than that, I didn't give a shit. We're smoking any chance we got. We're just like, the school is stupid. Y'all are stupid. All y'all are trying to do is get enough money so that, you know, you can feed us properly. You guys aren't trying to do much. Except for there's like, you know, there's usually one teacher per grade that you had that you're like, oh, you're still trying. Good for you. You know, like you're not just mailing this in.
Yeah, no, that's what it was for me. Yeah, I've had a couple, like I went through 12 years of school. I might have had 3 teachers that I thought really cared. The rest of them were just there for a check.
Yep.
And which, I mean, to each his own.
Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to watch your kids while you don't.
But school is fucking daycare.
That's all it is these days. Well, all right. So speaking of appropriate places to be high, I don't think teachers should be high while they're teaching. Unless you're an art teacher. You don't think
teachers should be high while they're teaching?
Yeah, not unless you're an art teacher.
I worked at an after-school program, and I was high every day.
Yeah, but that's after school. You're you're just basically an extended recess. So, you know,
I mean, I did
you
have
can
to
be
do homework, but I was smart enough to do fifth grade homework even high. So.
yeah. Well, I should hope so. But all right, so like, what are appropriate places to be high around kids? I mean, Disneyland, obviously. Can't go to Disneyland sober. That's weird.
I don't know. It depends on who you are. Like I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, for me, it's a weird question, but I guess that's kind of why it's a fun question. But like, all right, so like the valet thing. I'm just opening doors. Is that inappropriate? The timing on
No.
the edible?
Well, it's also about how if people can if you're gonna do something that tells the whole world you're high. Like you don't
Oh,
put
no,
yourself
I
in a
don't do
position
that.
where you get high like I get high where you can lose a kid. Like because I get high enough where I can leave someone's kid. Like I forget shit all the time. I leave my wallet, my gun. I've left anything. So like if you get high like I get high, you should never be around kids high because you could lose one. Unless you're in the house. Then if you're in the house, then you're not gonna lose a kid in the house. But if you're going out in the public and you're responsible for kids, you should not be high. This is me being honest, and I don't have kids, so I'm not judging anybody.
So you're saying not
but
at Disneyland?
no,
Oh.
me, no, I wouldn't. If you are different than me,
But
then by
what?
all
Okay, so
means.
like, okay, so we're kind of the dichotomy of that though, because it's like my kids are always constantly in my brain. Like they're just on the top of my neck. There's a little bump, and my kids are
Yeah, and
always right
also
there.
our high are different. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you're my guy and you smoke too, but we get high differently. You get high to the point where once you feel high, you're good. I abuse the drug, which I'll admit to. So I can be high and still smoke more. We're a bit different in
Let
that.
me ask you this though. At what point is it just a waste of weed? This is
It is
like a
probably
very
a waste of
very
weed when
serious
you're.
topic that we need to dive into.
So I'm not gonna say like just because you're high and you hit another blunt, that's a waste of weed. But if you hit like that whole second blunt, like that high right there, you shouldn't need to smoke anymore. Now at that point, you're just wasting weed. You're just smoking for the hell of smoking, which I've done. I've sat around and smoked 52 blunts in one night just to see if we can do it. We had been stopped getting high after the third blunt. The rest of it was just for fucking
Yeah, that's
show.
what I'm saying though.
You
At
know
what
what I'm saying?
point is it no longer having an impact?
It's no longer. It's like I said. It stopped probably after the third blunt, and the
But
rest
you
of
were
it just
getting
rolled up.
higher.
I mean, you think you're getting higher, but really you're not. Like that third blunt, as high as you were after that third blunt, is the high as it was. Like what you weren't really.
But I'm
getting
saying
higher.
after the second one, you still got higher on the third one?
Yeah. But this was
Really?
years ago when the weed was different. Right now, the weed that we get nowadays,
Yeah.
I'm two blunts. If I smoke I won't smoke back to back blunts. Like the last time I've done that, it's been a long time. I don't need to. The price I pay for my weed, it better get me high off one blunt. So that's first of all. Second of all, yeah, I don't smoke back to back blunts. But if I do, it'll be back to back. That's it. Like that's the end of it. I'll never do 3 in a row because I don't really share my weed when I smoke it by myself.
See, if I smoke more than like 1J, I'm like, I'm wasting this. This is not doing anything else for me.
And I would do that after 2. And that's what I mean by weird. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different there. But
you would think that your
high
tolerance
is what
would
I'm
be
talking
the
about.
other way.
What?
You would think that your tolerance would just be like, hey man, after I smoke one, like that's as high as I get, and then I get no more high.
Well, as I said, that's what I do. I'm a one blunt at a time smoker. But if there's some random reason that I want to smoke 2 back to back for whatever reason, then that is it. Like that would be the absolute highest. I wouldn't even smoke another blunt probably the rest of the day.
Gotcha.
Like, because like I'm at that point where, and like I said, just type of weed I smoke where I get it. I smoke good weed. I at least the beliefs. So if you're smoking better than me and you listen to this podcast, hit me up. Let me know.
Or you live near me.
There you go. Or you live near him. So if you live near him, then I can't compete. But if you live anywhere outside of California, holla at me.
Oh.
Or Colorado.
Or Colorado. Yeah. I got to try that Colorado weed.
But if you're an East Coast guy and you smoking better than me, let me know. Because I want some. I'm going to be honest with you. Anyway, but yeah, that 2 blunt high is when I lose shit and leave people and that type of shit. I've thrown $40 off the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, just high up, not because I don't double check shit. Like when you're high, it makes you do like you might not do the wildest shit, but you just don't do shit that you do.
You just do dumb shit.
Yeah, like a lot of times you double check shit. Like if you go in your pocket to throw something away, you just don't go in your pocket and throw it away. You make sure you're throwing away the right thing. And not me. I just in my mind, this is what was in that pocket, but no, they were in the opposite pocket.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite. See, I'm the opposite.
Balled up 40.
You balled up 40 and chucked it?
Thought it was a napkin, buddy.
Well, see, I'm the opposite because I'll be like, I'll go in my pocket to check. I'll grab the napkin and then I'll like hold it in one hand. I'll go back in my pocket, like double, triple check. Like I'll check 6 times instead of not check at all. And I think that's that bump in the back of my head with having kids. It's like you're high, triple check everything, and you're like, maybe oh shit, I'm high. I forgot.
And maybe kids change that for you because you understand you always have an additional responsibility. I don't have kids, and all I'm
which honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, it wastes a lot of my high. It does because I'm so busy double checking shit that I'm not enjoying just relaxing and being like, oh, I'm fucking stoned right now. This is cool.
Sure. I would totally agree with that. I'm sure it wastes a lot of your high, but
you know what's weird? Smoking anti-anxiety weed and then making lists. It's the kind of shit I do. It's the kind of psychopath you're dealing with.
Drive, and I don't do that shit because I concentrate when I drive, and that fucks up my high. So I prefer smoke before I drive. Or
concentrating is the worst.
It is, especially when you're high.
Yeah. So, you know what else is the worst when you're high? Eating like a regular human. That shit is the worst.
Well, I don't know what that life is like. I stopped eating like a regular human years ago.
Oh, I'm on a fat guy diet. I got to get back to, I was talking about getting refocused. Well, I'm still a little blurry. Blurry
FBG,
and bloated.
Baby. FBG, baby.
What's FBG?
Fat Boy Gang. That's me.
Oh, okay. I like that. I didn't know what that was. You know, I just discovered... I don't think I've ever even tried them. I'm not even going to lie. Orange Tic Tacs.
That's the best one.
Well, I just found that out because I've never...
They probably don't do anything for your breath. Though.
Exactly. That's why I never used them. I never had them because I'm like, they're orange. They're not going to... I need this for breaths. They're Tic Tacs. That's what they're for. So I just... I don't know this for sure, and it's weird to say, but I'm that old that I just don't remember. Like... I don't know that I've ever had orange Tic Tacs up until a few days ago, and they're quite delightful.
I used to eat them. As a kid, they were candy.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're orange candy, and they're one of the better orange candies, by the way. Surprisingly, way to go, Tic Tac. But I wish that was like the extent of my problems, but it's not. Like we just had Halloween, so there's candy everywhere. And it's hard to not eat all that stuff. Lots of candy. And they got hooked up too because it's like the neighborhood, it's like, oh, nobody's coming around here. Here's a handful of candy every time you come instead of one, or like a full size. Everybody's giving out full size. Not everybody, but like 3 houses gave out like full size candy bars. And it's like, damn, dude. So
that's how the kids in my neighborhood were. They were blessed this year because I gave out full size candy bars and it was raining, so that many people came. So I just set it outside. I'm like, take what you like.
Get after it. I like that. Yeah, we did the outside thing, and both times we came home, there was like some left in the bowl, but some was taken. I was like, oh, this looks like it's working. Hey.
Yeah, we had a couple pieces left, but for the most part, they took it, and I was like, please take it because I ain't gonna eat it.
Yeah, see, that was the problem. But, there's like a parent tax on all the kids' candy usually and stuff like that. I think it's best, as a parent, speaking to other parents over here, like if you're going to do the dad tax or whatever it is, do yourself a favor and just take it out in the beginning and just be like, this is mine. And then once your candy is gone, it's gone. Same as the kids. But if you keep going back into the bags, you're going to keep just eating these little candies, and sugar needs more sugar. And so that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and take whatever my parent tax is for walking these little bastards around and like set it aside and be like, okay, once I'm done with these, then I'll be done. That's what I get. That's how I'm gonna try and like curb my candy consumption because it's out of control. It is out of control. And I'm usually pretty good. Like I'll eat all the stuff that they don't like. Like I'll try and be good about it. But then if I have too many standard Hershey's bars, I'm like, that Reese's is looking pretty good. Sorry, kid. No. That's why you gotta separate early. Otherwise you end up eating all their good stuff, and then you just end up giving them 5 pieces of crap candy because you ate their one good piece and feel bad, and then they're getting diabetes, and oh my gosh. It's a nightmare, Mike. I've also been eating greasy food. It's fantastic.
That's the life of having kids, man.
Yeah, but also dropping your kids off at school. I went to In-N-Out the other day and got 2 meals and a side of animal fries and 2 shakes, but I dropped one of them.
That's not eating like a fat person. That is eating utterly ridiculous. 2 meals?
Well, technically the meal's only a burger and fries.
True.
So technically it's like there's no
Still
salad component. So it's not like a complete
meals.
meal. So I got like 2 2/3 meals.
It's like an entree and a side. I think I'd consider it.
Yeah, it's like, entree and a starch. And then I got my dairy. I got my milk for my vanilla shake and chocolate shake. The chocolate shake is for sipping, and the vanilla shake is for dipping. Dipping them fries. Why is In-N-Out the only fast food franchise that doesn't salt their fries for you? Isn't that odd?
They don't salt them like...
No, they give you the little salt packets. They're like, here, you salt them.
You can get them non-salted in most places, but
I know, but they just come that way from In-N-Out, which I find interesting.
Well, they're trying to do something healthy, that trash restaurant.
Well, I mean, they are fresh cut potatoes, so maybe they're just like the integrity of the potato.
Well, the natural salt in the potato is probably good enough.
Oh, yeah, but I just unload one of those on there, take them, dip it in the vanilla, sweet, salty, crunchy.
The vanilla? They have a vanilla sauce?
No, vanilla shake, brother. You take the crispy In-N-Out hot fries with the freshly clingy salt that you just poured on them. You dip them in the vanilla shake. House that. Then you take a bite of your burger, however you customized it, because everybody has a custom order. And then you swig it down with a little Sprite or Coca-Cola. They have 7-Up, if you like. And then a little of the chocolate shake just to round out. And then you continue that process until you're done. And then you end with the vanilla shake, because at the bottom, that's where you've done all your dipping's done. Now you just have the bottom, and there's salty vanilla shake because all the excess salt has fallen off. It's a sweet and salt element to round out your meal. That's the way to go out. That's a last meal. What if you're getting your last meal and you live in like Montana? You're like, I want In-N-Out. And they're like, sorry, we're just going to fry you instead.
No one's going to want In-N-Out. No one, if you're last meal, no one's requesting In-N-Out.
Okay, I think that is something worth investigating. You don't think anybody's ever asked for In-N-Out? I think that's horseshit, considering people travel to other states for In-N-Out.
Yeah, for the first time. But after they get it, they realize...
What if they've never had it and they're on death row and they're like, I've heard about this fucking In-N-Out place.
If you were
give me a double-double. On the double.
If you're on death row, you're going to want something that you've never had? That makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Why? Why wouldn't you? What? Huh? Okay, damn it. We got to derail this for a half second. Why do you think that's so weird?
So you're about to die, and the last meal you have is going to be something that you don't even know if it tastes good? What if your last meal is horse shit?
Then it sucks to be you for the next hour.
That would make no sense to have a horse shit meal as your last meal.
Yeah, but it also
good.
But it also does make sense that the last meal you have would be something you've never tried before, because hey, if I'm going to go out, let me try the thing I've never tried before.
No, that makes...
I'm not saying oysters, it's a fucking hamburger.
What I'm saying is it makes no sense to eat a hamburger from a place that you've never tried.
What if you love burgers? And you've always lived in Montana. You killed somebody in Texas. They're going to deep fry your ass. They have In-N-Outs in Texas. And you're like, you know what? I'm a burger enthusiast. I came down here. What if it was a Popeye's chicken situation? They stabbed the person in front of them at an In-N-Out line because they were trying to get their first burger. The guy talked some shit, bled on his shoes. And guy got arrested. And he's like, I'm getting my last meal. I'm getting my In-N-Out.
If all of that is the case, then maybe.
Okay, well, see, that's a very plausible scenario that you just glossed over.
That is really highly implausible because if he stabbed them at In-N-Out, they probably wouldn't even let him have In-N-Out. Like, nah, bro.
Wouldn't that be fucked up if they're like, sorry, bro, here's some McDonald's. They're like, no!
They were like, yeah, you killed for this shit. We're not giving you that.
Yeah, but he's like, literally, I was trying to kill for this. Can I please have it? Oh, man. It did. That In-N-Out stuff did lead to some nasty stuff. Like I shushed my poop in the store the other day. Like I felt like a fart was about to go too far, and my body didn't know what to do, so it just went shh. Like I shushed my body in the store, like shh, poop, don't come out. We're in a store right now.
Yeah.
You don't talk to your bowels like that?
Nah.
I didn't either up until this day.
That's the one thing I don't play with, my bowels. If I got to poop, I poop.
Well, not in aisle 3 at the supermarket.
Oh, I'm going to find me the nearest hotel, and they're getting the poop.
Why are you in these hotels, man?
Hotel bathrooms on the first floor, nobody uses them. They're clean. They're decently clean. If you go to a hostel, because everyone else at the hotel has a room.
And a hotel are different.
Everybody at a hotel has a room, and the employees have a bathroom that they go to. So the main floor bathroom is usually a decent looking place.
But what about the store?
Especially if it's a decent hotel.
But what about like the store that you're in?
I've never used it. Only way if diarrhea is about to come and I gotta go.
Well, that's usually a sneaky fart. It's not usually followed by a Lincoln log.
Yeah, a stinky fart. I might have had to go stand over the toilet in the supermarket for that. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm also a person who carries all my bathroom utensils in my car, so I can go to the car and get everything I need. And I'm in the grocery store. I'll just buy everything I need if I have to, because I've done that before too. I literally go to the register with the alcohol, something to wipe the toilet with, and some wet wipes. And we're about to go use your bathroom, buddy. And that's that. Yeah, because I had stomach issues, man, and they said that's part of it. Like, you're not supposed to hold your bowel, so I try not to now. So if it's time to bow, I bow.
Oh, just for no good reason. I wanted to bring up the Elon Musk Twitter situation. Not for any reason other than the fact that
I don't even know the situation. So.
Well, he officially had to go through with the purchase of Twitter, even though I don't think he wanted to. But long story short is he's going to try and, like, their business model is going to be that they're going to charge people to be verified. It'll be like a monthly fee to have your blue check mark. How ridiculous is that? Like, it's only going to be two types of people that pay for that. Companies will pay to keep their employees, quote unquote, verified. And then there will be people like you and I who are trying to do something that just want that blue check mark, and they'll just pay the thing without actually having anything, any substance or anything that would qualify them to be, quote unquote, verified.
Yeah, because the people who are already famous, they don't need your damn blue check. You think they're going to pay you for that?
Exactly.
So you're trying to get money from the broke people.
It's like the same. Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing as like, any of these spam things that you get, like, hey, we'll get you X amount of followers if you give us, $10 a month. And then everything you post just automatically gets like 1,000 likes, 2,000 likes. It's just like, it's the same type of service, but it's going to be through Twitter. It's silly. It's absolutely silly.
Yeah, they can have that shit because I refuse. I would never pay you for.
I just want to know when Instagram and Twitter's going to go first, which funny enough is I thought Instagram was going to fall first. But Twitter will end up folding in on itself first. Then Instagram will fold. And there's going to be some other
Twitter will never fold.
Oh, it absolutely will. It's a privately owned company now. They can make their own rules, which means it's no longer the land of free speech and blah 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 blah. That you're already it's literally not free.
If he wants
you
to
have
make his
to
money
pay.
back, then he's gonna leave it alone. No one's gonna pay for that, but people go there to talk. It's not about pictures and shit. It's about words on Twitter.
I know, until somebody comes up with a different one that you can use 180 characters and one photo.
He's already upgraded that, and you can use photos. People just don't use photos.
I understand
it literally
that.
has everything.
All
Instagram
I'm saying is yes, and so they're gonna get a different one. Remember MySpace?
Yeah, but Twitter has always been its own.
Remember
entity,
Facebook?
Facebook is still, bro. Facebook is literally the richest platform next to TikTok. You just don't have Facebook.
I do have Facebook, and it's dying. And if you can't see that it's almost dead, then you're silly. They're changing the name of the companies that are losing hundreds of millions or billions of dollars because they're trying to morph these weird things into they're clinging on to the remnants of what is their structure of social media. But now everybody has this technology and everybody has seen the way that it's been done. So all they have to do is make a clean one.
And it
will happen.
It has the second most followers for any social media.
Okay. And then guess what? But what happened? TikTok came out of absolute nowhere, right? Everybody laughed at it. And then it became huge. Same thing. Clubhouse came out of nowhere. At first it was huge. Then everybody laughed at it. So it's one of those things where they just have to get the dynamics right and the timing right to where they get
something up with TikTok.
What?
TikTok is only as big as it is because it's a China-based company and they have all those Chinese people on it.
So what?
It's not because it put somebody else out of business.
I understand that, but somebody can take the elements of TikTok, the elements of Facebook, the elements of Twitter, the elements of Instagram, and just make a new platform. It will happen. And then everybody's going to go, oh shit, that one's cool. We'll still keep our IG accounts and our Twitter accounts and this and that. And then over the course of history, it will just shift to the new thing. Same as Facebook shifted to Instagram. There will be another evolution and iteration of social media. It's just we don't know what it is yet.
I don't think it shifted though. I think people have both. I don't think there was ever an actual shift.
Okay, then you're not really watching the social patterns because old people stayed on Facebook. Young people went to Instagram. Now old people are starting to move to Instagram as well over the past couple of years. And so it's going to get flooded with old people, and then young people are going to be like, fuck this thing, let's go make a new one. And then that will be the new thing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying, but it's two different worlds because I see old and young people on both in my world. So you're seeing something different.
I'm just saying
which is totally understandable, but these people love this shit.
I know, so then they'll love the next thing.
I just don't think it's going to be I don't think that you can improve. I don't think there's a next thing to make an improvement on these things that you're going to make these things go away. I don't know how much further you can improve. It's like iPhone.
Okay, if nothing
you're at
else,
a point where the improvements are people are just buying it because you're putting it out. It's not like there's an improvement to the iPhone. Oh, there's a better camera. Not really. The camera on the 13 is just as good as the 14, but 14 is still the number one sold single phone out. Why? Because people are just going to buy it because it's new. So yeah, people might see some new stuff and then turn it in, but then it ain't much changing. And when it comes to social media, I don't think there's much more places you can go with the social media.
Okay, let me bring this angle to the argument. If you have a new platform, you're starting with 0 bots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The longer these social media programs are around, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the more and more bots and automated AI bullshit comes around. And once it comes to the point where it's no longer desirable to go to, like MySpace was, like Facebook has become, like Instagram is becoming, like Twitter's already been, there will be something that comes fresh and is like, oh God, real people again? Yeah, let me do that one. That's why Clubhouse hit instantly, because it was real people just talking. And then it's like, oh, I don't want to just listen to people. And then it fell off. You know what I'm saying? But like TikTok was the other way. They're like, oh, let's just take the quick little reels and let's just spin a thing off of that and then bang, that's the thing that goes. You know, so there's something out there. It'll come. It's just, I don't know. Well, I want to know when they're going to come up with, why is it just blue check marks? When are they going to have an array of colors like yellow check mark is pedophile, orange check mark is convicted felon, blue check mark is I pay Elon Musk to be popular. You know, like have a color system based on, I don't know.
Never gonna happen.
Profiling.
Can't do it.
Maybe we should.
Probably should, but they could never do it because there was too much money lost. It's all about money, man. Shit's about money.
What if we created a website where it was like, you know the game Guess Who? Where it was just like 30 pictures and you had to describe whatever. What if we just did a website, we posted pictures, and instead of like ranking how hot people are, you guess their ethnicity. And it would just be a fun racial profiling game. Nobody gets hurt. You just see how good you are at guessing somebody's background. Is that racist?
If you're going to be putting up pictures of them, you ain't got to guess.
What do you mean? You know everybody's background ethnically just by looking at them? That's fucking impressive.
If you're black, you're black. If you white, you white.
What if you're somewhere in between?
Ain't no in between. Then you light skinned. That's it.
Ain't no in between. You're insane. That's more racist than my website.
What? I mean, you're either black, white, or light skinned. Like those are the colors of people. Or you're Indian, but those people are dark skinned, so I consider them to be black. I don't know.
Okay, but Indian.
You're talking ethnicity. You got that Chrome 23 stuff for that. You'll need a website.
Chrome 23.
DNA, whatever. You send them your DNA.
Yeah, this is for fun, Mike. I'm not trying to actually be accurate. Just trying to have a little fun.
A little fun guessing people's ethnicities.
Yeah.
Okay. Wherever you find the fun in that.
I just want to know where's the harm in that.
I don't think there's no harm in that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Just, it's, you know.
I mean, some people are going to be offended when you guess their ethnicity wrong, clearly.
But they won't know. It's not like we're going to put stats up and be like, 86% guessed that Urkel was an alien. You know, it's like, no, we're not going to do that. It's just for you. It's the home version of am I cultured? I don't know. Am I aware? Am I a good guesser?
Someone's ethnicity makes you.
Can I guess what your parents look like when they were boning? That's basically what this is.
If I see somebody from Africa, I don't be like, "Oh, you're from Sierra Leone." They're all mostly just Africans to me. No offense. I'm just not about to take the time to.
Well, maybe that's how it goes. Maybe that's how we tier the website, where there's like levels, where it's like, okay,
it's like we're all black. You don't say, "Oh, you're from Virginia. You're from Newark. You're from."
No, I know, but maybe that's the fun part. Maybe it's tiered. It's leveled. It's like question 1 is easy. You know, Mike, black, bing.
It's absolutely boring website. Whatever. I don't know.
Level 2. What kind of black? Where are you from? So wherever that is. Bing. Africa.
People probably
Number 3.
Spend that much time there because they wouldn't care.
That you have no idea how much this website would get traffic.
It would absolutely get no traffic.
It would get a ton of traffic.
People don't care what people's ethnicities are.
No, but people definitely want to know if they're racist.
But I'm guessing someone's ethnicity doesn't tell you if you're racist.
I know, but it would give people the feeling like they're not.
I don't know how, but
trust me, brother. Trust me. Oh, all right, whatever. Let's move on to other type of stuff. Let's go on to sports because we're running way behind on things. World Series. I'm making some money on the World Series, bro. I've been picking it right.
You should be. My boy won $500 last night on Bryce Harper.
Nice.
No, not last night. Game 2. The night he hit the home. Whatever night that was.
Yeah, so I've just been picking it right to where I've been betting like who I think's gonna win, and then I've also been betting the adjusted run line to where they'll also win by like 2 runs or more, and it just so happens that that's what's been happening. So I picked the winners, and they've been winning by more than 1 or 2 runs. So I've been getting paid like 3 times on the same bet, and the odds go up if they cover more. So that's been going well for me. Let's hope that keeps going. It's not been going well for the Nets. Steve Nash is gone.
He should have been gone. So I don't know what they waiting for.
Yeah, that was kind of silly to wait this far into the season and be like, "Oh, now we're gonna do this."
I mean, the perfect time to fire him would have been at the end of last season when you got swept.
Yes,
you got swept. Fire him. Perfect time. Instead, you wait until this season.
I think they had so much influx with like Kyrie and whatnot that they were just like, let's not break this entirely up until we know what we've got. And then I think they waited too long after they knew what they had. But Steve Nash is gone. The Nets aren't going to win again because they're just, we talked about it, locker rooms, man. In basketball, locker rooms got to be cohesive. And although all those guys show up to work, they don't have that extra cohesion that's going to get them through in the end. I don't think. But it's still very early.
Starting to see that Warriors locker room, huh? 3 and 5.
Told you, brother. Told you. And Jordan Poole is just trying to drive the lane any chance he gets. He's just like, I'll show you. I'm a man. Like, all right, buddy. All right. Relax.
I knew it was going to be pick sides because I knew the younger was going to side with Jordan Poole. They have too many young kids on their team that require to get minutes that are now like have pick sides.
Yep.
So this is Draymond's last season. Hopefully he makes it count.
Screw him. He's had plenty of chances. He's fine. He'll be just fine. Who's not going to be fine, though, is Dan Snyder and the Snyder family. This is getting so good to where Dan Snyder basically started driving 100 miles an hour straight at the NFL with a car strapped with bombs. And it's like, if you come after me, I will take us all down. And the NFL's like, okay. So we're recording this on Wednesday, November 2nd. And as of this morning, it was like, hey, Snyder's hire Bank of America or somebody to hire a bank to help look into selling the team.
Bank of America.
And then 2 hours after that, ESPN released a statement that's like, yeah, the NFL got the U.S. attorney to do a full investigation on the Washington Commanders, blah, 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 finances, all this stuff. So basically what happened is Dan Snyder was like, hey, if you try and take me out, I will take you guys out. And the NFL, went back to their little cave, their room. They're like, okay, what are we going to do about this? Freakazoid, Jerry Jones is in the room, the Grim Reaper's in the room, Roger Goodell's in the room. Everybody's like, okay, what are we going to do? And then it's like, oh, we know what we'll do. We'll use our federal government connections and put this motherfucker in jail. Fuck that. And basically the NFL is just like, okay, so all those, remember that time last November when you did your own internal investigation, and it kind of leaked that you had 2 sets of books, one that you reported to the NFL and one that you had as the juice, as they called it. And then all those other season ticket holders that put down their deposits, and then you made them not get a refund because of this hard, arduous process. And it's like, oh, you haven't just been stealing from this non-profit organization known as the NFL, wink, wink, but you're also stealing from the federal government by doing that. So we're going to go ahead and let the hounds loose. We're going to call our senators that owe us some favors. And you're going down. Basically is what they did. That is, Dan Snyder lost the game of chicken with the NFL is what happened. Which I got to give it to him. It takes balls to go right at the NFL. They're literally the most powerful entity in the United States. More powerful than the government.
I don't care who they called in and what's going on. He ain't going to jail. I can promise you that.
He isn't going to go to jail, but he would if he grits his teeth and were to try and power through this. They would make sure his ass would go to jail.
Listen, man, the stuff he knows on people, he's gonna make sure he never goes to jail.
That's the thing. Is they're gonna compromise by him selling the team and just kind of walking away, and the NFL doesn't have to have all their dirty laundry aired. That's kind of
probably how it's going to end up.
It's, you know, it's like when two mob bosses kind of meet and they're like, listen, are we gonna, there's nobody else for us to kill except each other. And they're like, well, we've been this far. Maybe both of us don't have to die, but get the fuck away from me. You know, Ving Rhames, Bruce Willis, Pulp Fiction, like, we don't see each other ever again is what happens. That's what happens. And I think that's what Dan Snyder's like, all right, this has been fun, treating people like shit for my entire life. I think I'll just go bow out and treat people like shit in a different country for a while. That's probably going to be his move. Oh, well, whatever. Screw him. Guy's always been a piece of shit. And the reason why I really don't like him is because he never did anything good for his football team. He always screwed his own football team with the shit that he did. Screw
Snyder
you.
and the woman allegations is what fucked him. Like,
yeah.
I don't understand.
Oh, I'm kidding. Obviously, this guy's a fucking creepo, nasty. But
no, I don't know if he actually did, but allowing the people who to do shit to women and not doing anything about it, therein lies a problem for you, my friend.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move over to. We'll get some picks in before we get to our TV watching skills. So we did pretty good. I didn't write down the picks from last week, and I should have. But I feel like we did pretty well in college because Tennessee was the big bet. Oh, Stanford did not cover. Stanford screwed me. Oregon and Tennessee were the good bets. So 2-1 in my big bets of the week. And I don't remember the other ones. But I did write these ones down. So this week in college football, we have the big game of the week is Tennessee versus Georgia. In Athens, Georgia is -8.
I'm taking Tennessee with the points. I actually think Tennessee might win a national championship.
Dude, they are so fast. They are so fast. Like, and not even just like they got a couple of guys that are burners. No. Everybody, their linemen are faster than the linebackers. They are fast.
And this Hooker dude, like, you stuck that Virginia Tech. I don't know who the coach. I like Tennessee's coach. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm taking Tennessee plus the 8 too. Even if Georgia wins by a touchdown, it's going to be a close game, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think their defense is solid. Georgia's defense is solid, but their
defense is good.
Tennessee's going to score through a few times. There's just, you cannot stop them.
Yeah, and their leading sack dude is out for this game. And I actually think Tennessee's going to lose this game, and it's going to help them make the playoff.
Interesting.
Yeah, because Tennessee and Georgia are both on the East.
Yeah.
So you lose this game, you don't have to play Alabama in the AFC in the champion. And they're the one in the college football playoff right now. So they lose this game, they drop to 3 or 4, win out, and don't have to play
if they lose a close game.
Yeah,
if they lose a close game to number 3, then they'll drop to 5. Then Bama loses to Georgia, and then they can squeak back in or something. Michigan loses.
Yeah, and plus Michigan, Ohio State have to play, so you'll squeak back in at the back end. 11-1 SEC team with an Alabama win on your schedule.
That'd be tough.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which,
only thing about it is if Alabama beats Georgia in that game, then Tennessee's fucked.
Yeah,
like you need Georgia to go undefeated and win out.
Yeah. Except for that last game. So moving to number 6 Alabama versus number 10 LSU. LSU's getting 13.5, and I don't know how LSU ended up at number 10.
I don't know either.
That is the fakest 10 I've ever seen in my life. That being said, I don't know that they're not gonna keep it somewhat close around 10 points.
Oh, I'm definitely taking the points. Give me LSU in the points all day, buddy.
Give me Bama to stomp LSU's dick in because LSU's been just crushing me in bets this year.
Night game in LSU with 14 points. Give me that all day, buddy.
I hope they die in Death Valley. All right, so we got number 24 Texas versus number 13 Kansas State. Kansas State is getting 2.5 points in this one.
Give me Texas.
Texas is going to romp them, right? Not romp, but it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I think that group could. I think the quarterback played out of his mind last week. I don't think he had another one of those games in him.
Yeah, and then they play Oklahoma, which is like you're going to score.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Okie State. It's like you're going to score a ton of points anyway. So, yeah, Texas played Oklahoma last week, right?
No. Texas played. I don't know who they played, but they lost.
Yeah, they lost, but whatever. That's why I write this shit down, because I always forget. All right, so we both have Tennessee. You have LSU. I have Bama. We both have Texas. And then my game of the week is 21 Wake Forest versus number 22 NC State. Wake Forest is giving 4 points.
Since they're giving 4 points, I'm going to take the points. But I really don't know who's going to win this game.
NC State I have to win outright. That's where I landed a bunch of my money. That when I bet this game, like yesterday morning, the spread was 5.5. And I took the 5.5 and I took the money line on NC State. Now it's at 4. So it is going way the correct direction for me. So I might hammer it even more on the money line, a little bit less. NC State is my game of the week.
I mean, they're good, but Wake Forest is good too. They just got whooped the other day, so I don't know. I don't know what to. But I hate seeing that.
Yeah, I still like NC State though. So Tennessee, we both have. Texas, we both have. We're both going with NC State, and we're split on Bama, LSU. Moving on to NFL trades. Now, I just wrote down some of the ones that might have a significant impact. Nyheim Hines going from Indianapolis to Buffalo. I think that's an amazing move for Buffalo. Nyheim Hines just one of the better third down backs, like catching out of the backfield. Like, if you have everybody spread out, including Dawson Knox not doing a whole lot this year, and then you just have Hines in there to do a little 3rd and 5 chip block, squeeze out, he can run for 15, 20 yards every time. Like, if he has that.
Yeah, but I like James Cook better, so I don't know.
Who?
The rookie James Cook that they have on their team that can catch and play running back, but for some reason they felt the need to get 9.
You know that Hines has the 5th most total yards as a running back in the last 5 years?
I understand he's good. I just like James Cook better. Just a choice, personal opinion.
Well, I think that'll be an even bigger asset for an already fantastic team in the Bills. Calvin Ridley got traded to the Jaguars, and I hope he never plays again. Calvin Ridley.
What the hell did he do?
He got suspended for this season. He still needs to apply for reinstatement for gambling on games.
So why do you hope he never plays again?
Because he was gambling on his own games.
He wasn't playing in them.
No. Not while you're... No. It's against the rules.
Yeah, okay. You're not the rule maker, so why do you not want him to ever play again? Because he gambled on his team that he wasn't playing in the game?
Well, as far as you know.
He wasn't. He was out for the season. He wasn't playing in the games. FanDuel wasn't even available where he was at before this season. Before last season. It was literally a one-time thing last season when he wasn't playing on the team. He wasn't on the team. He was out for the season. And he picked his team to win. And that's what he got suspended for. Yeah. And we never want to see him play again. I think that's pretty hard.
Yeah, well, I seem to remember there was more to the story than that.
No, he was. Now, if you want to say he shouldn't play again for the reason why he was suspended in the first place, that's a whole different ball game. But for the gambling, that's not a reason to be suspended.
Well, see, here's the thing. My memory sucks pretty bad, but I remember that when he got suspended or whatever, I was like, good. Don't even let him back. So
I think he got suspended for some like woman domestic violence.
well, there you go. And then while he was out, he got busted for the gambling thing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically just like, fuck that guy. I still remain on that page, even not remembering why. Fuck that guy. And plus, you haven't played in basically 2 years. What good are you?
He's gonna fucking dominate. He's gonna kill for the Jags.
Yeah. If he plays, he still has to apply for reinstatement next year.
If the NFL doesn't reinstate him because he gambled on games that he wasn't even playing in, so he had no competitive advantage or control on the games, then the NFL's piece of shit.
He has inside information.
What inside information can
Who's
he have?
hurt?
Who's hurt? They got to put that shit on the injury report.
Oh, Michael.
It's no... Bro, why do you think they finally signed contracts with these gambling people? Because they've been through all those loopholes.
You're making me defend something I don't even want to defend anymore.
Yeah, I'm just saying the NFL covered all those loopholes, so that's bullshit. NFL couldn't sell that to the people that they would need.
I'm just saying he's not fucking playing yet. He still has to maybe ask for. He still has to ask to play again.
NFL reinstated people who've killed people. If they don't reinstate Ridley, that's bullshit. That's just my stance.
Yeah, well, the NFL also cares a lot about money and not a lot about people, so we'll see how they land. Speaking of which, Jeff Wilson Jr. going to the Miami Dolphins.
Hope you didn't cut him.
I did. I had to.
You cut him?
Yeah.
What the? He's gonna play.
Okay, great.
Yo, you were just complaining about the fact that you weren't able to use him because of McCaffrey, but now you can use him and you cut him.
I cut him before that, and he's still going to be by committee over there.
Man, look, at the beginning of the season, I was a fan of your boy, but Mike McDaniels brought in another running back for a reason. He stopped playing Chase Edmonds, and he doesn't like 31, even though he came over with him from San Francisco. So what did he do? Bring me another guy from San Francisco to come over.
Exactly. Him and Mostert are going to split carries again. Chase Edmonds is gone.
I think he's over Mostert. That's what I think. That's why I think he's
maybe
Jeff Wilson.
Well, he ain't on my team anymore. And then Bradley Chubb, also to Miami.
They're loading up for a run here.
They are. They're at 28-1, by the way. I put some money on them today. Miami Dolphins 28-1 to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Byron Jones comes back.
I'm like, they might just be enough trouble, and they might be like that boxer that doesn't know he's supposed to be in the fight with the champ and just fucking knock him out.
Yeah.
I could see them in the AFC Championship game. Like, I could see them taking out the Chiefs in a divisional series for sure.
One thing Buffalo struggles with is their cornerback play sucks, and they lost one of their all-pro corners.
And that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what you can't have in the AFC Championship game.
And Waddle. And they can get after the corner passer, and they have two corners. When Byron Jones comes back, they have two really good corners, a really good safety, and get after the passer.
And all they did was they got rid of Chase Edmonds, and they gave away their first round pick for Bradley Chubb, who they plan on signing to a long term deal.
They had multiple.
That's just no big deal. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They're all San Francisco's picks. All they're doing is trading away all San Francisco's picks that they got. Okay, so San Francisco traded away 3 first-round picks to get Trey Lance.
Man.
Miami has turned that into Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Bradley Chubb. Who wins that one? And then, not for nothing, they just traded away their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th-round picks for next year, so they won't have a draft in 2023 for Christian McCaffrey, and a 5th round in 2024. They just are giving up on drafts. Which is not the 49ers style.
But they're smart, and they understand that drafting these dumbass players don't mean shit.
Well, that's not true. You want to draft offensive and defensive linemen.
Yeah.
Always.
But you can draft them at any time. Everybody on the offensive line for the 49ers, not a single one of them was a top 3 round draft pick except for Trent Williams. You can get those.
Mike McGlinchey.
Oh, what was he drafted?
I think it was drafted in the 1st round, late in the 1st round.
You can get offensive lineman anywhere, bro.
All right. Well, what do you feel about Chase Claypool going to the Bears? I feel like that was just a wasted. Like, what was even the point of that?
No, they'll be better on offense, but they're not going to be a playoff team. But they're stacking up for the long run. This is going to be if this GM is any good, this team will be good next year. They'll have $100 million in salary cap. They stacked up draft picks. They have another receiver now, Claypool. I like Mooney. Their running game is number one in the NFL. You draft offensive and defensive linemen, and their defensive backfield is pretty young and good. Put the pieces there. Free agency comes. Whoever the best that fits your team, you grab them because you got the most money. You draft some good pieces. This team will be a playoff team next year. You heard it here first. Chicago Bears playoff team.
Yeah, but that's not going to be that tough in that division.
Man, a reason why they make the playoffs?
Yeah. Okay.
I can't tell you. But
Bears, first round exit of playoffs next year. Got it. Heard all the way this time. But I mean, honestly, the Vikings are going to be the best team in that division for a while. They just got TJ Hawkinson from the Lions, which that's something that they've been desperately needing that they usually had was
finally somebody in the middle of the field.
Exactly. Because it was like Adam Thielen's numbers have gone way down. And granted, he's getting older, but he's not getting the double teams because Justin Jefferson, problem is they have nobody over the middle. They don't have that tight end outlet that the linebackers need to respect. So I think Hawkinson's going to go to Minnesota and do some fucking damage.
Yeah, I'm glad he's on one of my fantasy teams. Shout out to you, TJ. It's my favorite. That's one of my favorite tight ends in the league, actually. I like TJ. Cool guy.
He's all right. And Roquan Smith made the Baltimore Ravens defense a little bit better, although I don't think he cared to go.
I think that's going to be huge. Why you don't think he cared to go?
He was just like, I didn't even realize I was getting traded. And then he was like kind of upset, like, wait a second, what? It was one of those situations where he was caught off guard. And then it's like, hang on a second. I don't know if I want to go.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I saw when he was crying about the other guy getting traded. I didn't see his press conference about him getting traded.
And then Robert Quinn to the Eagles. Like, what happened here? What was Chicago? What are they doing?
They don't want to pay him. He's in the contract year, and he had 18.
I know, but they're getting rid of like their best defensive players.
The guys that they don't want to pay. They don't. The GM is from I forget the tree he's from, but they don't value those positions. I remember in the offseason, I was reading stories on him. He don't value those. Like, you can get those positions in the draft. He preferred to have them picked. So that's the route he's going. Hope it works for him.
Whatever. Then why did they trade for Khalil Mack all that time ago? I don't.
He wasn't the GM then.
Mm.
The black guy. He's a new GM. This is only his second year.
Leave it to the black guy. Am I right?
He drafted. He's the one who drafted your boy,
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like a loser to me.
That's a winner. Justin Fields is going to be the best quarterback in that draft when it's all said and done.
Okay. Well, we got some time.
If not the best, he'll be 2 to Herbert. But that's it.
Maybe. Wasn't the strongest draft class.
Because I'm definitely not a fan of either Zach Wilson or Big Neck Lawrence. So.
Big nose. That guy's got a bigger schnoz than I do. Holy hell.
But I told people since his second year at Clemson, I'm like, that first year looked amazing, but that second year told me a lot about him. Because you had that dominant team that you were able to walk into and win a championship with the first year. So why weren't you scorching people in year 2, buddy? Something's off here. Doesn't add up. These quarterbacks that are given everything and put on these pedestals at such a young age, like high school, that's why I'm worried about Arch. I'm worried about Arch, man. Man, as much as highly talented as he is, I'm worried about that he's going to be on this pedestal for way too long. It gives people so much time to look at his tape, break him down.
Yeah, but look at Bryce Harper. He gave him the double middle fingers and is like, yeah, check this out. Do you notice that in every interview that Bryce Harper does, he mentions like the Philly fans first? Like, I love that that's his under the radar way of just rubbing it in the Nationals' face. Like, you guys didn't treat.
What is he rubbing in the face? The year he left, they won the fucking championship.
I know, but it's like they don't
Nobody here misses Bryce. No one's mad at Bryce.
But the fans, dude, holy hell, man. The fans.
I'm a fan. I'm
exactly. How many games did you go to?
Who, the Nats game this year? Probably 4.
Okay. How full was the stadium?
They stunk.
Yeah. I know, but that's the thing. Is the Phillies kind of half stunk, and their stadium's still pretty full most of the time. And he's just saying, like, hey, man, fan support's great. Thank you very much for not shitting on me. Because Philly can shit on some people.
Well, the Nats had a reason to shit on him. He wasn't good. We wanted people to cheer for you when you're not good. He was pretty good for the Nats.
Yeah.
He won one MVP a long time ago. And then in the playoffs versus the Dodgers, what did he do? Shit. Every year. So the first year he's done.
Yeah, but he also carried the team in the regular season for a very long time.
You think someone missed you the first year you're gone, we win the World Series? Do you think someone would miss you? You're the obvious reason why we couldn't win the World Series.
I just think I like that he's doing his thing. He was highly scrutinized and checked out.
He was cool. He's a cool dude.
He is maturely shitting on his old team. I appreciate that.
Yeah. He shouldn't though. But he's a cool dude because most of the people I know like him as a dude.
Yeah.
But we're not going to spoil crowd with spilled milk when you couldn't even help us win the big games. Glad you're helping the Phillies do it. Glad you went to like a therapist and got through your mentals, and now you can hit.
He's 30 years old. This is exactly what we were just talking about. People shitting on Archie Manning. Like, you're doing it right now to Bryce Harper.
What? I'm not shitting on him. These are the facts. He was in the pros when he came up short. I'm not talking about Bryce before the pros. This is the pros. He was the best dude on the team. He was the MVP of the league, and it came time to be the MVP. Okay. Just like Judge this year.
But what about now?
And he didn't show up. He's showing up now. I said, congratulations on what you're doing now. That's literally what I said. I said, I'm glad you went to a therapist and saw a therapist and are able to hit big spots now. That was my exact statement.
Okay.
I'm happy for the man that he got over his whatever woes he had. Because in D.C., even though I'm a Red Sox fan, I live in Virginia, and so I root for the Nats sometimes as a National League team. And no one here hates Bryce, but we're just mad you didn't come through in the clutch, bro.
Okay, there it is. You were just hating for a long time without saying that you were going to hate on him. You were just hating. Well, I didn't know where you were going with that. I'm like, okay, you won't let us move on from it, but you won't get anywhere with it. What are we doing here? There, you hate him for not bringing the title to the Nationals. Okay, got it. Moving on, did you catch Love is Blind?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't?
I have a lot of shit going on in my life, bro. No time for Love is Blind. Life takes over first. So I've literally had 3 people I know die in the last week and a half, bro.
How many did you kill?
0.
Oh, well, that's a good ratio then.
And that's not even talking about Takeoff's death. RIP Takeoff, man.
Loaded dice, man.
Shout out to the Migos. It's never the dice, man. It's pride. That's just wrong.
I know. Well, here's the thing, too, is there's a lot of people that are just like, man, what's that guy doing playing dice and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, listen, I'm going to tell you something. If I'm walking by a dice game and I have cash in my pocket, I'm going to peek my fucking head in. That's the kind of dude I am. I love that environment.
Yeah, he wasn't even playing dice, though. He wasn't even in the game. That's the whole thing. It's sometimes life happens that way, man.
So he was just around a game where
dice that was being played.
Yeah, his friend. So it was the people.
Another one of the Migos was playing dice. Quavo was actually the one shooting dice, but the argument wasn't even over the dice game. These fools were arguing about sports. But in those environments, when you don't know how someone else is going to react, when shit starts to, people start to elevate their voice and you can see stuff going a certain way. If you are a shooter, you shoot.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that. I believe people should fight more, but the society we live in, their people's first reaction are to shoot. And so the person saw the situation escalating and they start shooting. And he was hit. And so that's bullshit. I just believe. First of all, if you're in a place gambling, when you're gambling with people, I don't gamble with people that I don't know. So everyone here should have been knowing each other. It shouldn't have escalated to that. But that's here nor there. People won't do what they do.
Do you think they're going to take off the bill? Take this guy off the bill?
Off what bill?
I don't know. All their tours. That was a poor stab at a takeoff joke. Or a poor shot at a takeoff joke, I should say. Well, anyway, you said you were going to watch Love is Blind. I slept through half of it because it's hard to watch. But I did see something funny at the end, which I kind of figured was going to happen, so that was kind of funny. But I think I watched the whole season, but I maybe saw like 3 hours of it, if that makes sense. It was literally like the last episode was on in the background while I was in this room, like prepping for the podcast. And I was like, oh, let me go out. I think I just heard something interesting happen. But that's about it. Love is Blind sucks. How do you watch this filth? It's not even good filth. It's not even like makes me feel like, ooh, I don't know about this. It's just like, okay. And then, okay. And then, like, I don't know, man. They hang out too much. I thought it was like you go in the pods, you talk to these people, and then you get married. And then it's like, but that's married at first sight, I guess.
That is married at first sight.
But Love is Blind is not. It's not. They don't even wear blindfolds when they start dating in real life. Like, they just go from talking to each other, not even like typing, like talking. You could hear each other's voice, describe each other, all that kind of bullshit. So you basically know what you're getting into. And then it's like, will you marry me? Yeah, okay. Then the next day or some shit, they like meet each other. And then from then on, they go, like, everybody who's decided to get engaged go into their like retreat home in Malibu or some shit. There's separate little pueblos or whatever. And then like they kind of live together and then co-mingle with the other couples. And it's like, dude, they don't even get married till the end of the season. I guess it's not Married as Blind or something, but it's just like, ugh. Very anticlimactic. It was very, very dull.
So when you fully indoctrinate, and you'll get it, man. You gotta.
I got it.
Give yourself to the show, man.
I tried. It's a terrible show. And I hate to say that because one of my friends works on the show, but I just don't care for it myself. I see the allure, and it is falling asleep. It does the trick every time. Love is Blind because my eyes are closed. I also forgot to mention that I watched Facing Nolan. Did I tell you that I watched Facing Nolan?
Nah.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's a documentary about Nolan Ryan, and I love him. One of the best pitchers of all time, in my opinion. And I knew a lot of the stats and stuff like that. But it was still pretty well done. It was like an hour and a half. Perfect. Like 90 minutes. So mostly, it's like half and half sports and family stuff. So it was good. It was a good mix. Easy peasy. I highly recommend it. So that being said, to wrap up this week, I thought we'd do top 5 pitchers of all time. Something we could bang through probably pretty quick here.
Well, I can.
Okay, so who do you got?
Number 1, all time. As much as I hate him as a person, Kurt Schilling.
Ooh.
Kurt Schilling is my favorite pitcher of all time because he won us a World Series.
Okay.
I'm a Red Sox fan. There you go. Number 2 is the left-handed bandit, Randy Man. That's my guy. He's left-handed. I'm left-handed. Randy's my guy. Third, we go right back home. Pedro, my guy. He's a Red Sox.
Who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy? And he beat up a 60-year-old, and I don't feel bad for the 60-year-old because you shouldn't have rushed my guy.
Hey, yeah, if you're coming at me, I don't care. And he did the nice thing. He like threw him to the ground.
Number 4, even though his run was a real short window, I'm a big fan of the Mad Bum.
Oh,
the Mad Bum is my guy because if you needed the Mad Bum was like super clutch when he was with the Giants. Big games,
yeah.
Mad Bums take the bump, you getting a W. I'm a big fan of the Mad Bum, bro.
It was pretty fun to watch it. It was like he's starting game 1, and it was like, is he going to start 3 games and pitch in relief? And they're like, we don't know, but maybe. And he might hit a home run. How about fuck you? And it's like, oh, man, oh, no. This man is taking over.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
Pictures from my, like, this ain't no Nolan Ryan and stuff, because I didn't see Nolan Ryan and stuff. So these are people that I've seen. And number 5, I'm going to have to go with my man, CC.
Ooh.
CC was my man. When his latter years, even though the end was for the Yanks, which highly disturbs me for picking him, CC was a horse. And my pitcher has to be a horse.
Okay.
I hate Chris Sale now because as good as his stuff is, he can't stay healthy. CC was a horse. You need CC to pitch. CC's gonna pitch.
Yeah.
I will mention is Shohei, but he hasn't been playing long enough. But anybody who can do what he does, I'm a fan.
Yeah, but that's not just pitching. But I get what you're saying. I get that. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I like doing these lists with you, is because you're more usually current and I'm more historical for the most part. Because my top 2 pitchers in like no particular order are Nolan Ryan and Satchel Paige. Those are my 2 favorites. Talk about horses. Like Satchel Paige would pitch double headers. You know what I mean? Like he would pitch 18 innings in a day and, give up like 3 runs. Like the guy was a maniac. Sometimes he'd give up 12 though, but he'd also play pitcher and left field just for no good reason because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
I love that
historical people, I probably would have added Oral Hershiser.
Oral's the man. I have Sandy Koufax on my list.
Sandy was good.
He was the original, like he was not the original, but he was like the first badass left-hander.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh shit. Like you have Lefty Grove and things like this, but he was like, uh-oh, this guy, this is not good. This is the best pitcher we've seen up to date. I got to give a nod to Mariano Rivera because in the clutch, he was the person you did not want to see the most until the end when he was extremely hittable.
Mario wasn't as clutch as people give him credit for, but
I think people
list. I won't desecrate it.
I think that people overstate his like ferocity and like the moment. A lot of times he was coming in the game. It was not even for a save opportunity. He was just mowing down 3 people because the Yankees were up 4-2 or 4-1.
And he had a lot more blown saves and really big moments than he did.
He did. That was towards the tail end of his career, though.
Even at the very beginning started with blown saves.
Yes,
did you watch the Derek Jeter thing? Yeah, so
I don't know.
Like his whole career started blowing saves.
I know, but there's a solid 6 years in the middle.
Well, he was the best.
Where he was untouchable almost.
Mm-hmm.
You heard Enter Sandman, you're like, fuck. To me that deserves to be on the list. If ever
and then 2004 happened.
Exactly. If ever you're walk up at anything music plays and everybody goes, "Oh shit," you make my list.
And that was to Mario Rivera, not you.
That's okay. I deserve it.
Actually, it was to the whole Yankees organization. You see this big B on my jacket?
Butthole. And then
the Yankees a new butthole.
My 5th is also the unit, Randy Johnson, because he was another guy that was like, oh shit, he's pitching today, and he killed a bird.
If we're talking honestly speaking, Randy's my favorite pitcher of all time.
But
he just never played for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I give it to Kurt because of what Kurt did with the bloody sock and all that shit for the Red Sox. So he's always going to be
a lot of people don't give him credit, but Randy Johnson is why the Diamondbacks have a World Series. Like,
absolutely.
Schilling helped. Luis Gonzalez got 1 hit, but Randy Johnson got him there, carried them, won them that World Series, that entire thing.
Yeah. Randy's my guy. I wish the boy in Seattle could have pitched long because I liked him when he was on top of the game. King Felix.
Oh, yeah.
King Felix.
He was the man.
2-3 year window when he was great. Dontrell
the D-Train. Dontrell Willis was the shit. He was my complete game shutout fantasy master in fantasy baseball when he was on the Marlins. I was just like, that was my guy. Honorable mentions, Cy Young, just because it's Cy Young.
Tommy John too. Why not?
Tom Seaver, because he was a fucking maniac back in his day. Bob Gibson, because he was one of those guys that you did not want to face Bob Gibson. He scared the piss out of you. And then, just since we're doing honorable mentions, an honorable mention of honorable mentions, Jim Abbott. For only having one hand. Good for you being a major league pitcher, Jim Abbott.
Yeah, but he probably sucked that feeling.
He was not very good. He was not very good, I'll be honest. But he was out there doing his thing, okay? You know? I practiced that move. That's how lame I was. I practiced like I had a nub on my left, and I would stack my glove onto, like I would ball up a fist, hold it down, put the glove on top of my wrist and top of my forearm, and like throw a pitch to my pitch back in the backyard, and then throw my glove on real quick and try and make the catch like Jim Abbott. That's what he had to do. He had to throw a pitch and then on the come up with his glove. And I thought that was really interesting. I used to do weird shit like that all the time. I willed my eyes green, Mike. They used to be brown. I stared into a mirror for hours on end as a child. And I would focus on the green in my eyes and wear green stuff and like focus on it until I extracted some green. And now I have like hazel eyes.
Okay. There you go.
I'm just saying.
There you go.
I used to do weird shit a lot. Still do.
As long as you believe it, then it's true, buddy.
Why not? I believe that your butthole is still hairy as ever. Is that true?
Bro, absolutely not.
It's not? So you did pay up on your bet and you shaved?
Bro, I've been told you I shaved, but I didn't record. So guess what? I like it, so I'm going to shave again. Don't worry.
See, this is that kind of bullshit that I have to deal with that now everybody in the universe, all 6 of these people that are listening, are going to fucking understand. This is the kind of bullshit I deal with Mike. He's like, I did. We've been building up to this for a half a year, and you just casually drop it as, oh, I already done that. No, man, that can't be how it is.
We had this conversation 2 weeks ago, and I told you I shaved and wasn't able to record it on this podcast. If you go pull up 2 weeks ago podcast and listen to the whole thing, we had this same discussion, bro.
I don't think we did.
We definitely did on this same show. You weren't this concerned about it at the time when I said it, so I guess you didn't.
Well, I probably glossed over it because it sounded like you weren't really addressing the situation.
No, because I know I hadn't actually fulfilled my bet, even though I had done it, because you didn't see it, so it didn't matter. But I told you I had done it and was going to redo it.
Mike, I don't know why you don't listen to me. The whole point of the bet is you describing it on the air of you shaving. That's the whole fun part of the bet. God damn it.
No, but you still
next
have to
week
know that it's done.
We're opening, and I want you to shave again since you love it so much, and you can tell me.
You need proof.
I don't need proof. I believe you.
You do.
Then fucking take pictures this time. The whole point is you're supposed to be.
It wasn't on me. It wasn't me last time why I didn't record, bro. It was on the other person. They pulled the you.
Why is it never on you that your shit doesn't come through correct?
Because it wasn't. I wasn't the one recording. They pulled the you and didn't record as they were supposed to.
Just checking. Want to make sure that I'm on my same page. Okay. All right. Well, since we've gone extra long this week, we will wrap up with the Spotify playlist. And this week is going to be Eazy-E and Usher. E and you. Just for you.
Just me and you. Oh, baby.
All right. So, by this time next week, Mike will have shaved again. Tell us all about it. We're going to open with that next week.
Vino shaving cream. It feels so small.
As long as I don't forget. We're going to bring it up next week for the love of pajamas. All right, dude.
And if any of you all shave your body, use a Vino shaving cream. It's amazing.
A Vino shaving cream, just for anybody that wants to pay up on their bets in a timely manner. I love you, Mike.
Love you too, Brendo.
Have a good week. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Follow us whenever you feel like it. We'll be around. Love you.
Love you too, my guy.
Later.